Hey, I'm Sonic the Hedgehog. You're not my Sonic Adventure 2. Hey, you're not my Sonic. You're not my Sonic the Hedgehog. You're a faker. What happened to the old Sonic? Andy, what's a faker? I don't know, Vegeta the Hedgehog. What am I even doing here? I'm the only person of my franchise here. I want to leave. I want to die. As I was saying, I'm the new Sonic around here. That old Sonic is gone forever. You're gonna have to fight me now, Metal. Well, what happened to the old Sonic? Help me! I'm stuck in the Sonic Colors Ultimate box forever! No! I apologize for that opening skit, guys. I just wanted to put my figures to work since they're just collecting dust on my shelf. Now, from that skit, you also got your first little taste as to what my Sonic Adventure 2 custom is gonna look like. My reasons for doing this entire thing took me 3 weeks, probably like 1 week of procrastination. Not really procrastination, I was just busy, but... I did this for simple reasons. I bought Sonic Adventure 2 on Steam, and I revitalized my game. I bought Sonic Adventure 2 on Steam, and I revitalized my love for this game one more time. I already 100% of the entire game on GameCube because I didn't have a PC yet, so don't judge me. I did pay $100 for a GameCube plus Sonic Adventure 2. No, $100 for a GameCube and $80 for Sonic Adventure 2. But honestly, that was worth it. We had our honeymoon again, like me and Sonic Adventure 2. Like 6 or I can't remember how many days ago. But before I get too deep into why, it's like top 3, 2, maybe 1, but I don't want to get you guys angry. Sonic games of all time. I want to talk about the Jakks Pacific Sonic line and just what it means to me. So I started getting into figure collecting as of about a year ago now. I like to collect all of my favorite figures, but I mostly have just video game characters right now. And all I'd like to say about what I think about the Jakks Pacific line of Sonic is that, honestly, it's a pretty good line if you ignore the fact that they never stock anything. I can never find any of the other characters that I really want, which is kind of annoying. Like, I know they do. I have some pretty cool characters like Metal Sonic and Metal Sonic. I think that's all I can think of right now. But like, I would like to get all the other characters like Rouge, Silver, Eggman, all of those guys, but they're never in stock. I don't know what their issue is with that. They have really bad stocking stuff. I can never find them anywhere. Even other YouTubers I watch talk about that issue, but if they were as readily available as I would want them to, they're an amazing, amazing line. And I love the figures. I love how they look. Some can look a little wonky, but honestly, the Jakks Pacific line is what got me into collecting a lot more. And now I'm like doing more expensive figures, but Jakks Pacific is great. Now, shout out to Tito the OG and Pink GameCube for inspiring me to try my hand at creating my own custom figure. It was a lot of fun, and I recommend watching through Tito's SA2 Sonic video because it helped me a lot. I also have some additional things to add to his video and some of the things that can go very wrong. So let's just jump right into it, guys. So here's what my Sonic looked like right after I got him home. I basically 3D printed him on this printer they have at my school. Taking off the supports was easy enough. Just make sure to use a clipper and brute force the rest. I was actually too scared to use the force on the supports, but it's actually not even that bad. Sometimes they'll be crunchy and it'll be very satisfying once you just rip those things off. I posted a video using these clips on my TikTok, and I'd like you to pay your attention to this comment right here.
Why Sonic's head became cement.
After I had the parts for this custom in hand and ready to be either destroyed or constructed into our Lord and Savior, Mr. Sonic Adventure 2, I went out to Walmart. I was not going to wait a single extra day to get started on this project. So no ordering modeling paint, this, that, or who? Off of Amazon and waiting a couple days for everything to get here. I should have waited a couple days because I didn't start this project for a whole 2 months later. So anyways, I'll tell you guys the materials I actually used because for some reason I bought 3 matte finishes. That was $10 I could have used to buy more Jack's Pacific. So here's the full materials list that I used. Starting off for all the paints, they were all this Apple Barrel brand of the acrylics. So starting off is the King's Gold, which is a matte finish for the skin, and Satin Black for the lining of the shoes, especially after some poor decisions I made later on. Matte Red Apple for the shoes, although I recommend going with a darker red because this one was very pinkish and it took a lot of coats for it to not look pink. So next is the matte Sunkissed Peach. You mix this with the King's Gold for that yellowy skin tone of the Jack Sonic. It's honestly pretty weird that they're like yellowy. I never realized that Sonic was part Simpson, but it's alright. I just hope it doesn't ruin it for you guys, but yeah, Sonic is a Simpson.
Sonic, my boy, how you been doing? I haven't seen you around lately. You should really say hi to your brother. He's been missing you.
Hey, Sonic!
Shut up, you stupid!
Matte Crisp Green for the back of the shoes and his eyes, of course. Timeless Gray for the shoes again. Gloss Golden Yellow for the buckles and other details on the shoes. 2 Blue for, I don't know. Tell me what 2 Blue is for. And then the Glossy White for everything else. I also bought this Combo Gator sandpaper block. It's fine, but I didn't really sand that much, although I think I need to more next time. Some parts were kind of bubbly, but anyways. Then there is the Rust-Oleum matte spray and gloss sprays so that you can get that nice finish that makes it feel like the actual figures and also protects the paint. And then there's this pack of acrylic brushes for my acrylic paints. You don't have to get the exact materials I got, and you should look at the other professionals, Tito, for what paints they used, but this is what I found to be the closest to the Jack Sonic all-in-one shopping trip. I forgot to start the camera, but I forgot to put some glue on this. Anyways, I think we should do the shoes first, so let's just get this out of the way. Moving on to the first step in this art. When sanding, I alternated between the different grits, like the higher the grit, the more rough I think it is. So I used that to smooth out any imperfections from the print, but it was honestly fine from the beginning. There were some parts there, but I didn't really need to sand that much. I don't know how much more I should have sanded, but it was smooth all throughout. So it was good enough. The block that the sandpaper came in was really not ideal for this small of a thing, so I just got sick of it and used this sheet and my hands. Okay, we're done dusting. Let's just Got it. Okay, so now we're gonna wash these guys. Watch this. First, we're gonna go like that, and we're gonna go like that, and then we're gonna go. I'm sorry, guys. They're gonna drown. We have to dispose of the body. Okay, how much do you think? Oh, well, you did a little troll there. Wait, hold on. Yo! I'm gonna pull this up. Pull it up. Uh-oh. Okay, I got it up. After I finished sanding and washing, priming was the next thing on the agenda. I got one of my family members to do the spraying for me because I didn't know how to do it correctly at first, okay? So later on, I sprayed the other finishes by myself because I'm smart like that. All you have to do is make sure that you get it at every angle, and if it is on a stick that you're holding, wear some protective stuff, unlike he's doing in the video. It's very dangerous to not be protected, so please wear skin protection and preferably use a gas mask when spraying stuff like this so you don't risk cancer for a Sonic figure. Also, do it in a well-ventilated area like we're doing in this video. And don't stay in the area where you just sprayed paint or other fumes for too long. Let it simmer down for like 30 minutes or an hour before coming back, and don't breathe too much. I put the disembodied Sonic parts on this box that you see here.
Oh my gosh. What do I do?
So I could leave it in the air without touching anything, and I still have it in my garage for if I want to make another custom in the future. I wasn't quite sure what the shoes looked like, and this is where I realized I had made the upgraded shoes with the light speed thing or whatever. And so it's different from the normal ones that Jax already has and made with that 3-pack that was horrible for some reason. So take that, Jax. My custom does have value. I had no idea what to do at first, so it took me a while to finally put the first paint stroke on the shoe, and that entire first shoe was more terrifying than my dream of Sonic Boom: Rise of Lyric 2.
Sega just announced the newest mainline Sonic game. No! Sonic? I don't feel too good. What? No! I don't want Sonic Boom figures! No!
Right here, I started to use the Sharpie. I hope that if you only take one thing from this video, it is that you never use a Sharpie to do any line work or anything to a custom figure. Hell, don't even let a Sharpie get near the figure. Separate these two concepts from your head as much as humanly possible. For the red of the shoes, I first covered it with a red marker since, as I've stated before, the red paint was pretty light at first. The red marker wasn't the cause of the atrocity, but I am wary of any markers after what that Sharpie did to my poor Sonic. Here's the thing, if you're going to use a marker to get a feel for where you'll place the details like I did, please cover up every molecule of that marker with at least 2 layers of paint. Why, you may ask? It's because those pretty little gloss and matte finishes yes you like so much will melt and warp the Sharpie that was lining the entire shoe, making it so you have to repaint most of the shoe in order to validate your week of hard work and not rip the figure apart. What was I talking about again? Oh, right. So you get the paint all across the figure using one of the very small tip brushes to get that sharp lining everywhere. Be patient with it. Break up the painting into sessions so that the colors can be their true self when done in layers. I'd say in between layers you can wait 20 to 30 minutes and they'll be good so that you don't smudge or get paint all over your fingers. The bottom of the soap shoes is weirdly inconsistent in between the photos on Google, so I just used the best reference I could, even though some others had it differently for some reason. I'm a sucker for perfection, but I finally left the first shoe alone. The second shoe was much easier to paint than the first, making it a lot less stressful on me, and my hands were way less sweaty.
It's hot in here.
I finished the final touches and they were to be sent off to the war, never returning the same. You'll see, it's all because of those Sharpies. Finally, we're at the main attraction. It's Sonic's beautiful face. Remember what I said about not getting paint all over your fingers? No? Well then, pay attention. This step is where you forget all about that. You will get paint on your fingers, and you will just have to deal with it. The Sonic Adventure 2 model has this really weird look to it, and I'll admit, he's not my favorite, but making him real was still incredible. The reason he looks off to me is that his eyes are they're just too big. See how his eye whites, they just protrude outwards and his actual eyes are like really close together? It makes him look like a little scared animal, I don't know. It looks like he's never formed a thought in his life. He's just so carefree. Anyways, he's still perfect, just the way he is, so don't you dare comment anything mean about him. The blue I had was way lighter once I started painting him, but it's most likely because it's being lightened up by the white primer underneath. After I applied multiple coats onto his head, it finally started resembling that dark blue we all love and want Sega to bring back. I took a look at what Sonic would look like here without a soul yet. Then he was rewarded with eyes and signature eye shine that dictates whether he is accepted into the world or not. Notice that I use Sharpie here as well. Don't use Sharpie, just use black paint. If you mess up, just paint over it, please. This is also where I came up with the idea of mixing the Sun-Kissed Peach and King's Gold to create the yellowy skin tone of Sonic. I was a little scared to go all in with the yellow at first, but after painting him, it turned out that he really is more yellow than he seems. So the mixture ended up being 70% King's Gold and 30% Sun-Kissed Peach. Maybe a little more yellow if I'm being honest, but yeah. Look guys, different angle for 10 seconds. Do you like that? Prepare to meet Sonic Adventure 2 himself. Fully completed. Look at that beauty. He's dry now. Take a look at what he looked like before the accident. He's not done with his training though. Remember that we still have to spray him with a gloss spray and a matte spray to seal the paint in order to touch him all over without fear and to make him have that shine of the official figures. Gloss, then matte. Got it? I must be paying my due for all those sins on November 12th, 2019. Before I show you the aftermath of the great melt, I'll explain how to spray the gloss and matte coats. You do the same thing as the primer. Get it in every crevice while making sure you don't spray too much to the point it starts dripping. Don't get too worried if you don't see it immediately work, because you have to let it dry for 15 minutes before you can touch it and see how it works. But I can't stall any longer. This is what happens when you apply a clear coat to a Sharpie. So, for the third time, I swear, you need to listen better. Don't use Sharpie. I was so mad, sad, bad, but not glad. Okay, I'm sorry for that one. But it even made his eye drip down. He's crying from the pain. How can you even bear to keep looking at this? Everything was messed up, so I took a day off to process my thoughts. I knew I had to repaint the parts that were ruined, so I returned to work, even though I was one day from retirement.
Look at Duddy. He's so sad.
I repainted the black distortion, smudging all over the shoes, trying to salvage as much of the original paint as I possibly could. Although, some parts were way more ruined than others. Most noticeably, around the top part of the shoes, where like little entrance, the cuff, whatever it's called, is, and the yellow like upside down Nike swooshes on the side of the shoes. I guess I could just call them arches. The glossy finish made it so that it was harder to get the paint to stick onto the thing, so it took a couple of coats until I was happy with the fixed paint. Before I made the same exact mistake twice, I made sure to reline all of the lines with black paint this time so that they don't melt again. I accidentally thickened some of the lines, but I mean, who doesn't like a little extra thickness? Yes, I did do double coats of black, although I have no idea where that footage went. Can I just say, recording for this video was a mess. I ran out of storage on my phone so many times. These video files were so large, and I actually sped them up on CapCut, exported them, then I deleted the original videos both in the Photos app and the CapCut app. Even then, I sat at the library for hours waiting for the videos to export to my drive. Then, I downloaded them to my PC as a zip file. Was the more efficient way to use a GoPro and plug it into my PC? Yes. Do I have a GoPro? Hell no! I used to have a GoPro, but I didn't use it, so we gave it away. But now I actually need it. 5 years later. I also repainted his eyeballs. The paranoia got to me, so I just covered the entire thing in green to make sure that Sharpie was gone forever. I then redid the iris with black paint. Before I show you the next step, what is it that you think makes a character appealing? Is it the colors? Art style? Vibe? Their silhouette? No. It's that little white shine in their eyes. Without that, the world would have ended the second Sonic 1 was released and people found out he didn't have a soul. We wouldn't want any of that to happen, so I kindly gave him those brilliant twinkles in his eyes that he needed. Again.
Before he gets ugly, you're a little too late for that. Okay.
Ladies and Sonics, we have reached the end game. So, after weeks and weeks of pain, the hedgehog is assembled. There was, however, one significant event that happened after he was completed, but before I finished editing this video. So, one more PSA before I can finally show him off. You know how some people say that you can use super glue to tighten joints on action figures? Just don't do it, okay? Before you get scared, I did not ruin the custom at all. What I did do was ruin my first Jack Pacific Sonic figure. As you can see, I accidentally put too much super glue and it ran all over his leg and got onto some parts of his torso too. Then what happened next was one of my family members tried using acetone and it got the glue off alright, but then it dissolved the paint. So I just got a new Sonic body for Christmas, and that's where I put the custom parts onto. Thankfully, I didn't have the custom parts on the Sonic when I did that stupidity, but I will never use super glue ever again for that purpose. I'm just gonna get that one like kick action figure solution. Alright? Now that we're done with that PSA, what I did after repainting was spraying it with that matte finish and letting it dry. And after all of that, here is your official full look at my first custom, the Sonic Adventure 2 Jack Pacific action figure.
Yes!
Barely made it.
Psych! That was cool!
Here are some more pictures of the new Sonic. He is about to be murdered by Goku and Vegeta, while Knuckles plays with Froggy. Then, I made him recreate the first SA2 box art pose, of course. Sonic is now posing in front of the battle box art, recreating his pose there. And now, the coolest picture of them all is this little recreation of when Shadow blitzed his past Sonic in his first cutscene, at least in the hero story. To make this one, I actually used the Sonic Prime Shadow because that's the only base shadow I have. And with the use of some perspective, he looks about the same size as the 4-inch Sonic, which is absolutely incredible. The final picture is this one, because while doing all the poses, I actually had the idea to make a little area dedicated to the older Sonic games with Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, as well as Sonic Heroes, but I only had the disc for Sonic Heroes. So yes, I did draw my own box art. But that marks the finale of the finale. This whole process was really fun, but it was by no means a flawless experience. I made some mistakes, but everything came out fun in the end. I think that it's really cool to be able to create your own custom figures, and I hope that this video helps you to have the inspiration to create your own. I found the 3D model files from sites like Thingiverse, so if you have a 3D printer, you can find models on there. I got one that was already fitted to the Jack Sonic figures, and I will actually link it down below if you want to give it a shot. I also want to try to model my own sculpts, or maybe resize other models on Blender so that I can make even more customs, but that probably won't be for a while. Pink GameCube does more sculpting with clay, so I kind of want to give that a try. But before I go off on another tangent, I want to leave you guys off with one last thing. You can do whatever you put your mind to, especially if it's Sonic related. So just give it a try.